out that his cancer was in fact a virus and a fungus and a bacteria. How shocking. So anyway, they started treating him. Within 10 minutes he had all his color back. He went from gray to normal looking. And today he got up and he walked around for the first time in like 4 months. So from yesterday. So and these guys are afraid that they're going to be shut down because they're helping people. And that's what happened with Rick Simpson, and it happens with anybody who actually tries to help out. They stop you. So one of my, I'm actually really happy that they're bringing Codex in, because it will hopefully stand to wake some people up, because they're going to try to take everything from us. So we really need to wake up to what's going on. So anyway, what I was going to go to is this place that we're going to open up hopefully soon. Is I want to have a big sign on the thing that says, "Which cure for cancer do you want?" And of course they won't like that, but it's okay.
I don't quite understand what the Codex are.
Codex Alimentaris or something. It's basically an act that's being developed in Europe, and they're going to bring it into all of the all the countries, all the corporations, and it's essentially completely restricting all alternative health care. One thing I heard was that, like vitamin C, if you want vitamin C, you'll need to go get a prescription, and you'll only be able to get a 50 milligram pill. That'll be the biggest size of pill you'll be able to get. Yeah. So, and it goes back to like what Rob was talking about. The guy, the hunter. He had like 12 charges against him, and they actually tried to stick one charge, and the only charge they tried to stick was him threatening the officer, because that's the only one in common law, because you can't threaten anybody. So that's the one they tried, because all the other ones were all the fluffy laws that they have, and they didn't mean anything, but the one they actually tried to get to stick was the one that that was actually a threat, and is not right in common law, or shouldn't be. You know, we shouldn't allow people to threaten other people. So.
How did he handle that? How did he get away? Because he did.
Well, yeah, they dismissed it all, though, after they went to court, and his name wasn't even on. Oh, that was his girlfriend. I can't remember. He entered into an agreement with them. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. But they had his girlfriend, because when they did that, his girlfriend or his wife, she was in the house, and they came in saying, "Where are the handguns? Where are the handguns?" And they didn't have any handguns. He's a hunter. He's like, "I don't have handguns." And then they started saying to her, you know, they're like, "Where are the handguns?" And they're roughing her up a bit. And she's like, "We don't have any handguns." But they charged her with everything too. And we went to court for her. She wasn't even on the docket. After they did all her paperwork and they started asking questions, she wasn't even on it.
He said stuff. The paratroopers with guns, they don't care. And at that point,
absolutely,
they can manufacture a crisis.
That may be true. However, the paratroopers with guns are bound by the Criminal Code of Canada, and as a soldier, we were told that unlawful orders can be disobeyed, should be disobeyed, and if we accepted unlawful orders, that we were liable for it. Also, now let's bear in mind, according to the Bill of Rights and the Canadian people, our rights, we have a right to form our own police force. And that's what we're in the process of doing, is creating the Freeman Society of Canada, the Canadian Common Corps of Peace Officers, and these peace officers would be empowered as peace officers only. They would have no statute authority or no statutory enforcement authority, but they would be empowered to enforce the Criminal Code of Canada against existing cops, lawyers, judges, politicians. So if we do a claim of right and they ignore it like you're concerned with, hey, we've got guys with guns too. And if it comes to a point where that is the case, then that's what we're going to have to do. But I don't see that. If we can prove that we have that right as remedy, then that's what's going to cause the cops to say, holy mackerel, we better smarten up. And we do have that power. Anyone here can stand up and claim and act as a peace officer. Read the sections carefully. You could hire me as a peace officer. I could lay claim I am now a peace officer, and if they tried coming and interfering with what I was doing, it would be them interfering with a peace officer. Now, they're peace officers, but they're also statute enforcement officers or policy enforcement officers. What they are doing is they're enforcing a policy and then claiming they're acting as a peace officer, but the moment they breach the peace, the moment they operate with fraud, gross negligence, if they're using extortion or duress, they're no longer enjoying the protection of peace officer status. We're we're going to have to play very carefully with this because, as you said, there's people out there with guns. They like their power, and it has to come in a way where the change has to be inclusive. They have to see benefit to themselves. And what we're doing is very much like trying to take a bone away from a snarling dog. You better have a Scooby snack or two. Okay, folks, one more little story and then I'm going to go. I just want to tell you a little story about the other day I met this beautiful woman, and she told me she was a vegetarian. I said, "Oh, you're vegetarian. Will you go oats with me?" Get it? Oats out? I play with words. I thought it was pretty good. But she was quick. She said, "But I barely know you." I said, "Wait a minute. So what? Let us remain here and chat. Peas?" She said, "Well, okra, if you insist. I guess it's the yeast I can do. Shall I continue or should I move onions to other things?" So I'm asking her out. She says, "Well, Rob, do you even drive? Do you have a car? Do?" I said, "Yes." She said, "Is it big?" I said, "No." She said, "Oh, not mushroom." I said, "No, but at least I'm tired of spinach." So she agreed to go out with me. I thought that was great. I'm waiting for her in this little basement restaurant. It was dark and damp. It was kind of like a celery. I'm waiting and waiting and waiting for her. Finally, she turnips. Boy, did she look radishing. Beautiful face, little mini skirt. I was thinking, boy, she's cute up there. I wonder if she's cucumber there too. I mean, what a tomato. She looked so good right then, right there. I asked her to marry me. I said, "Come on, let's run off to Vegas, get married. We don't have to tell anyone." She said, "Rob, I can't elope." Well, that made my artichoke because all my hops were squashes. But a little while later, we were smoking a little bit of potato. And she says to me, "You know, Rob, I think I'd rather make it with a panhandler than with my cousin." I said, "What? You'd rather rutabaga than pumpkin?" Well, then she says to me, "Rob, this is going to have to be our last date." I was like, "Why?" She said, "Well, Rob, partially because your car's too small, partially because you're just too damn corny. And I've got to admit, I probably yams." I hope I didn't offend anyone with the cucumber there part, but I figured, hey, at least I left out kumquats. I'm Rob, folks. Thanks for coming out.
Hello and good day. Robert-Arthur Menard, your Woodshed News correspondent, responding to correspondence. Due to overwhelming demand for more information concerning the process one uses in order to secure the security of their person, the producers have directed me, your Woodshed News correspondent, to put a presentation together on this topic. I had the opportunity to interview Pavlos Papadakis, one man who is in the process of demanding his security, and I researched the other ways in which people across Canada are demanding what rightfully belongs to them. There seems to be 4 fundamental ways in which one can become a holder of their security certificates. These are all similar in that someone is making a demand for the return of property. They differ only in who is making the demand and who is witnessing this process. The first way is to use a notary public. This, of course, requires a certain level of knowledge about the law and the process of using a claim of right and what is required to demand your property. People have also used this process with people empowered as commissioners for taking oaths and have also secured notices of estoppel barring police from enforcing statutory restraints and limitations on individuals who have made these claims. The second way available would be to use a lawyer, as much the same way one might hire a plumber to fix clogged pipes, even though they know how to do it themselves, or can at least flush. They don't want to deal with the crap and can hire someone else to do the dirty work. The problem with this route is you remain ignorant and thus are hardly empowered at all. However, it certainly seems like a possible path. If you pretend that you own stock in any other corporation and your cousin is holding it and refuses to return it to you, could you not hire a lawyer to get it returned? Same concept here would hold true. You can sic a lawyer on them. The third and likely most exciting way is to demand the return of your security when you are in court on other issues, such as traffic tickets